So I'm going to be bringing my backpack instead of my clinical bag along with my laptop this week to clinical just because I have a midterm on Friday and I want to be sitting during my downtime. And then also I'm going to be driving over to my friend's house and we're going to be riding together because she has a peds surgery that she's going to be shadowing in on today, and her call time is 5:45. We arrived at the hospital around 5:40 and I decided to walk over to my clinical unit. Usually I don't have to actually be at the hospital until 6:30, but I was about an hour early today, which I didn't mind. So I just spent some time settling in and I decided to eat my breakfast out in the lobby. Afterwards, I still had 30 minutes to kill, so I decided to review some content on mother baby before my midterm on Friday. The midterm will cover content on the renal and cardiac system along with mother baby content. And when it was finally 6:30, I met with my clinical instructor to get my patient assignment. Usually I get my patient assignment ahead of time, but since Monday was a holiday, I didn't find out until this morning. So after getting my patient assignment, I went on the floor and I met with my nurse and I shared my plan with them for the day, and I received patient report from night shift. I spent some time reading up on my patient's notes, labs, past medical history, and wrote down important information on my brain sheet before getting my morning set of vitals and doing a comprehensive head-to-toe assessment. It is currently 8:30 and I've already done vitals, did a full head-to-toe assessment, and then passed meds, and plan on charting some of that information and then later doing more focus assessments on my patient. After getting my morning set of vitals and head-to-toe assessment, I documented that information into their chart. I was able to also take my patient out on a walk around the hospital and do some education and discharge planning with them. After coming back from my walk, I needed to hydrate, so I went over to the nutrition room to fill up my water bottle. I typically like to drink hot water, and I filled my cup with 2/3 boiling water and 1/3 cold water. I took my afternoon break around 12 and I made myself Vietnamese pho from Costco. I just filled the cup with water and microwaved it for 3 minutes. And I like to let the noodles rest for a couple of minutes before eating because I find the consistency to be more enjoyable, and it's also not so hot that it would burn my tongue. And I spent some time in the break room doing some practice style NCLEX questions and played Jeopardy to review for the exam. After my break, I came back to the unit to get my second set of vitals and to do my focus assessments. I documented all of that and reviewed my documentation with my nurse, and I also asked her for feedback before the end of my shift. And at the end of my shift, I just packed up everything and I went over to the unit next door to do post-conference. After post-conference, I just met up with my friend to head back home. When I got home, I showered and made myself some dinner, and I started reviewing over the study guide that was posted, and I looked over some old notes. I also spent some time doing focus review tests on Kaplan. I use Kaplan's NCLEX RN Curriculum Plus to review topics that we learn in class, specifically focusing in on their focus assessments on cardiac and the renal system, just anything that is like relevant to the material that we're learning in class. There's also like videos, practice questions, and exams, and I also find that they have pretty detailed explanations for the answers for their specific questions. And I also use the Basics Kaplan book to supplement any additional information that I need to review immediately. And because I have clinical tomorrow, I worked on my clinical judgment worksheet for the remainder of the night before calling it good and heading to bed.